起動しねえな。姫に何をさせる気だ。なんか、殺すか殺さないかの選択肢をするっていうゲームらしい。起動しないんだけど。赤だけは。いつたかのトラックシミュレーターで痛い目見てるから。よくない？初めて俺著作権で動画止められたの。来た来た来た。ちょっと待って。音だけだ。最近やっと日本語が追加されたの、これ。マジでやりたかったんだよ、ずっと。これはホラーゲームです。そう、ホラーゲームらしいんだよね。裏側にどんな恐ろしいものを持ち込むと、早すぎる結末や間違ったがありますよ。新しい視点と。これはラブストーリーです。はい。自動転送時間。フルスクリーンで。オイル効果ってなんだろう？デシビリティ。戻る。ちょっとうるせえな。ニューゲーム。今日は一人なの？そう。君は森の中の小道にいる。動く。上には地下室にプリンセスがいる。君は彼女を倒すために、そうしない世界の終焉を迎えるだろう。めっちゃあるじゃん。それでほらげ。夜回りとかやってっかんね。プリンセスを殺すということはなんだか悪いことをしてるように思えるんだけど。倒すことは、漁師や米や仕立てを倒すことより悪いことだろう。もしそうであれば、プリンセスを殺すことは、仕立てを倒すことよりとてもしない。なぜなら仕立ては社会の役割だっていうのだ。
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or.
そうね、そんなのごめんだ。やりたくないね。
Are you serious?
ダメだ、君はやらなきゃいけない。そうなんだ。こうしよう、僕は小屋へ行って彼女と話してみる。その上で彼女があんたらの言うと悪人だったらおそらく倒す道を選ぶだろう。だが彼女に直接会ってみない限り何も約束したくない。彼女の話を最後まで聞くのに張り巡らされた嘘にたやすく取り込めてしまうだろう。
Talk to her. See how that turns out. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him.
勇者の声とナレーターがいる。部屋の中に入る。
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer. The blade is your implement.
正しい行いそれが必要になるだろう。今度一応持っとくか。
You take the blade from the table. It'll be.
この辺クリックとか特になんもない。
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is Anna Price. Her voice carries up the.
Who's there?
ここにいるのは誰？
She sounds
ぱないのです。
It's almost as if she's the one in charge. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the.
うわ。君を殺しに来たんだけど。
Are you now? Why don't you
あの
come down
姿を
and let
見
me
せ
take
て。
a look?
Great job.
はい。
You gave away the element of surprise.
週は失敗だな。なんか皮肉言われてんな。
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you
冗
were
談
here
じゃ
to
なか
kill
ったの
me.
ね。これさ、2つあって1個しかないっていうのはさ、2人つなげるためなのかさ、両手つなげてたのかでさ、ちょっと変わってくるよね。まだ決めてない。
How about you drop the
2
knife
人で話をし
and
ない
prove us
？Look how reasonable she's being. We should
うわ
just don't you dare.
絶対にやめろ。
It's fine.
大丈夫
We
さ、
can
話した
decide
後
what
どう
we
する？
want to do after we talk to her.
いや、握りしめよ、一
You
応。
ignore the trembling in your hands and
You poor
私が
thing.
私が
Your
そういう
hands are
怖がりなさい。
you step forward. Your grip on the blade.
I'm probably chained up in
Let's
this
go six.
basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, so
Aye.
you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate,
本当に彼女は丸
I'm
腰なのか
positive.
確信がある
I'm
んだ。
not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled.
はいは
If
い
she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she.
Hesitating? Why
ナイ
don't you
フを
drop
制
the
されて冷静に話し合わない。いや、あ、まだ手放さないぞ。
Then I'm not talking to you.
この思ったままプリンセスを
You
睨み
stare
つ
at
け
the
る。
princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this.
さらに目を覚めてプ
You
リンセスを睨
squint
みつける。
even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying. You're going to have to make.
うわぁ倒してみっか。倒
You
す。
charge
お
the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved
彼
correct.
女の素手から
A
滑り
blade
落ちた
of
刃
her
が
own
君の
slips down,
え
her blood sprays from the cut. Your severed carotid artery painting the princess with
殺された
strokes of red.
死ぬ。使命を果たす。使命を果たせ。
With the
お
last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade.
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly.
somehow? I thought
もう
this
少
would
し
turn
違
out
う
a
結
little
果になる
differently.
と思ってたわ。
Do
でも、
you
この程度
really
だと私
think
と止められ
that
ると思う
this-
の
It's like she's convinced she can't. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes
君は死
dark.
ぬ。第2
You're on a path in the woods.
は
You're here to slay her.
ん
A terrible sense of deja
我々
vu.
がこ
If
こ
he
に来
doesn't
たのは
remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife
Hmm?
out of nowhere and stab us again.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her,
死が
she
死ぬまで
started
差し始
stabbing
め
us.
たんだぜ。
To calm down, I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no.
全部文字通り今起きたことだ。
Or if it has, I certainly.
僕が真実を話していて、この全てがすでに実際に起こったと仮定しよう。なぜあんたの話を聞かないといけない？なぜ僕がわざわざ何かをしないとい
Those
け
are
ないん
two
だ？
very different questions, but fine. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second
とりあえ
time
ず
you've
君
met
が
me,
私には
or
2
at
回目
least
という
a
ことにしておこう。
version.
少なくともその時の
If you're
私とは
back
別人
here,
だが。
I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because we did
あ
exactly
んた
what
の
you
言う
said.
通りにしたん
Sounds
だ
to
け
me
ど。
like you probably had some kind of. But congratulations, you've been given a chance. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, "Oh, what's
Huh.
the point of?" What do you mean? Of course there weren't any
グループものなの
consequences.
かな？
We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario,
時間が
that
巻き戻
begs
する
the
とは
question
全
of
く
had
別
you
の世界に
failed to
転送さ
slay
れ
the
たのか。
princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
おー。
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else?
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize she just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that.
That's the spirit.
プリンセスについて話そう。急いでくる。わあ。前回相打ちになった。繰り返
Like
し
I
を
said,
避け
if
る。
she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me.
君が私の話を聞かなかったから
Trust her,
話しかけ
just
ては
go
ダメだ。
in,
信
do
用
your
するの。
job and save the world.
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at.
今度はプ
People
リンセスを
locked
閉
her
じ
in
込め
that
たの。
basement, and I told you what this place is. She just can, but she's still only a princess.
まあ、 素直に殺しに行ってみるか。
A warning. She will lie, she will cheat, and she
We couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say we know what to look out for this time. Just stay focused.
知らん声が増えてんな。
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess
ボロ
of
ボロになっ
warped
てんだけ
wood
ど。
and broken. The blade is your implement.
鏡に近づく
You walk up to the wall next to the bed. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know, but there was a mirror a second. Now
鏡
it's
があっ
gone.
たんだ。消えた
Yet
な。
another thing in here playing tricks on us.
鏡があったのに。
I hate this place.
Very different.
全然違って
Maybe
るよ。
that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this. So focus up. You take the blade from the table.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hand.
控室。静かに行ってみるか、今回は。
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it.
That's right. Scraping.
That
Like
sound
a-
could be anything. It's
like a-
her grating
z-
voice.
z-
Can-
z-
I hope you've come to rescue me.
There is something so.
Yeah. She thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody.
早くこの
Quick,
草
get
や
me
す
out
し
of
で
these
ここ危
chains.
険だ
We're
わ
not-。
Come on now. We're not falling for that, are we? She's trying.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already
い
slipping.
や、武器を持ってるんだから。
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
どうにでもない。おら
The princess falls silent. Her smile.
Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back.
But your
Whoosh.
focus is broken by the horrible sound.
Who's me? Not ours.
Hers at first, then yours.
Hehe.
How? What did she even hit us?
You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with, and then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh,
え
where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago.
Bullshit.
You're going to die now.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she.
腕比べ。
You're on a path in the.
No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and
You're what? The
What
interior
the-
of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards. Wait,
ずるいよね。
excuse me, what just happened? I
なんだ
feel
何が起きてんだ
dizzy.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Good. It's better.
断
that
固
way.
者の声。
Without a fight, no one can win, and if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning. Great. So obviously you've already. This is our
これで
third.
3度目だっけ
No wonder things have fallen apart.
風景が
You
崩
do
壊す
realize
るわ
that
けだ。君
every
が失
time
敗
you
するたびに彼
fail,
女は
she
人
escapes
生が
in
破
an
壊している。
entire. That can't be right. That's too. Nah. In. Let's. The only furniture of note is a bent metal tape. We take it. Okay, sure. You take the blade
Oh.
before letting me finish telling you it's there. This feels right.
That's right. We've got to be
獲物
able
の
to
声
win eventually.
これなんて呼ぶのヤホーズノホーズ
We will win eventually. Hell.
That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but
You walk through the door. You do know what doors, but
there isn't a door. It's just that mirror. It isn't a mirror.
you really messed. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel.
If it's in our way,
鏡に近づく
You make your
俺
way
と
to the
人
door
間
at
じゃ
the
ない
end
の
of the
か
room, stopping just in front of it.
let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement.
And the mirror's gone.
鏡
Was
がない
never there.
Let's just get to the princess.
Yes, it's time for us to
そろ
see
そろ
her
彼女に会い
again.
に行くか
Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth
Oh,
and flat.
滑り
Your
をしたん
body
だ
tumbles onto the basement floor and the
Hi. It looks like you don't have a way out. I'm not going to play dumb, but don't worry about how bad you did last time.
そうですね
She's got another thing coming if she. Pride makes us dead.
Actually,
生き残ること
does
だけ
survival matter? We've died twice. Nothing bad has come of it. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to the past. Isn't real.
実は今
Your
う
internal
おーすごいすごいすご
by
い
the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arm, she's loose, and she is covered.
You're going to
Eh,
walk over to you.
ウルヴァリンみたいになっちゃった
Shit. She's
やばいやばいやばいやばい。自尊心をくすぐろう。ああ、とってもすごい剣ですね、それ。素晴らしい。甘いそうだ。気軽に復讐を。なあ、僕たち二人とも意に反してこういう閉じ込められてるでない。そのこと手を組んだらどうかな。いい考えだと思うよ。でもね、それと僕があなたは素敵だと思う。でも楽しすぎてやめられないの。うおおお。かわして早く。ほら。避けたとて。殴り返せ。おら。いたた。
Wow, she is absolutely uncompromising, isn't she? Oh, a new one of us.
This is version da ne.
When we die, Your Honor. No, you're in a.
I don't like that we died without us knowing it. This.
Stop saying dead, all of you. This is all horribly wrong. How many
ここ
times
に
have
は
we
何
missed
回
this
来た
for?
？4
No
回目
wonder
だよ。
everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas and
But I guess we don't have time to talk. Okay. Whatever we do gets us
すごい
another.
いくつか番組、あの女より俺たちの流っているところい
We
くつ
don't
かあ
need
るはず
any
だ。
other voices chattering about. Yeah, I'll pass on that. As long as we keep moving. Flawless idea, if you ask me.
積極的な態度だと思う。
come
来ちゃった。何
on.
かわか
Show
ら
me
ないな。
something
助けて。
new.
降伏しよう。すいません。許してください。今回もうまくいかず、君は再び彼女に殺された。何度も何度も繰り返し殺された。意識が一つの生から他の生へ飛び移る。徐々に記憶を覚え、戦闘の記憶と断片だけが残る。あっけにの声。
Oh, don't give up on me just yet.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. Then you
あ
skewer
あ。
yourself.
そして君は自分自身を
I
串刺
thought
し
we
にした。
both understood that dying doesn't get.
Huh. That didn't do much of anything. We're tough.
天の弱の声、騎士の
On
声。
those gleaming blades. She skewers you.
ああ、また殺された。
It doesn't matter how many. Okay, let's go again. Just panic. Flip.
妄想郷の声。ああ、殺された。
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We get. Okay, okay, yeah. That was. She's going to kill this body either way.
冷血感の声。
So she skewers
ああ、
you.
殺された。
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
何回も死んでんのか？
Close to right. One line. None of this is work. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark. And you die.
あ。夫婦の均衡。
Your Honor,
あ、
don't lose
こ
your
っから。
head. We're in a cabin and everything feels like it finally fits,
獲
doesn't
物の
it?
声。
We're up here with. Oh, what if? Over my dead. That won't be very hard. We've died. Besides, what better way to die so very many times? Sure, I can think of a better
いい
way.
死に方があると思う
They're
よ。
all the same. How about we stop thinking about horrible? The only thing we're gonna manifest is there are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here?
死ぬたんびに声が増えんのか？
Describing things? Yeah, leave it to the pros. Well, narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destiny. Fine by me. You walk to the door. It's more of a slide.
例題っぽいって知
Fine.
ってる？
I'll just shut up then. And are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Don't care. Just want to win. Fine. You make your way to the
もう
basement.
クソに繋がれてもないじゃないのよ。
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't
復活
pop
しな
right
か
back
っ
up
たじゃ
again.
ない？
I thought I'd actually
そ
done
れ
it.
は知ってんの？
I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yours, but I guess we're not done. That's okay with. I got something
Just
ready
was
for you
thin,
while
though.
you were gone. Do you? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just gonna show you. It's worth it though.
いうまよ。
Are you gonna say what she does? Oh, do you want? Well, yeah. She
新
says
し
she
い手
has
を考
something
えつい
new.
たらしい、その新しいことに
Yeah,
ついて聞きたい
mates.
な。
I think I speak for
何
all
を
of us when I say.
何を用意したんでしょうか？
Okay then.
風船の剣とか。ああ、全然違う。あなんだろう。アニネズミみたいになっちゃった。理想の女だ。ただの作り話さ、もう背中がないんだけど。心を無にする。お
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously.
何もしようとしなかったが、君にしてはいる腹に体が勝手に気がつくこと。君はすでに別の場所にいた。あ、もう、一振りで。あ、戦ってる。隙が生まれた。あ、殺せた？お互いの心臓を見ることができない。何か彼女を連れ去り、代わり別の何かを残していった。鏡か。君がやったのは自分の姿を見つめる。あなただ。君は一人何もない場所に、ここは静かだ。君は声の彼女に近づく。右の器の中に何かが私を見つけ、凍りやすい器という贈り物を私に持ってくる。え？これから何が起こるの？しかしここの向こう側には世界があり、そこへ向かうのが目的だということはわかる。ああ。僕はどのくらい記憶をなくすんだ？僕はすべて消したら僕に殺されるかもしれないぞ。家に死を恐れない。僕は世界を破滅させようとするプリンセスを倒すために送り込まれた。僕が協力したら君はそれを実行するのか。彼はほぼ再形成や再生に等しい。何をするつもりなんですか？待つか記憶を消すか。僕は、ちょっと、セーブできる。セーブしよう。永遠に待つ。私は永遠が終わる前に帰ってくることが分かっている。空を描いた檻の重みに耐えられなくなるまで。えゲーム落ちたんだけど。あ、ループものではある。いろんな俺といろんなプリンセスがあるのか、これ選択肢で。すごいゲームだね、これ。あ私は常にあなたのそばにいた。 記憶を消してくれ。
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
あなたが、おお
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end
本
of
当
that
のスレイ
path
ザープリンセ
is
ス
a
はここから
cabin.
だ。
You're here to
キーボードのタブがコントローラーの R1 を押すと。おあ、すんごいいろんな選択肢があるんだ。あ、さてみる。
Seriously? You're just going. Fine. I suppose you just quiet. Good. What we're being asked to do here, ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
帰ってみよう
That's。strange.
あら
It looks like this path.
再び逃げる。
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time.
めちゃめちゃ選択肢あんじゃん。
Your silence is deafening. But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you
うわ、
look
ま
at
た
that?
ここだ。
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now, and here we go. At first, it's little flickers, but as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize in every direction there is a path. Wait, you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths. You've doomed us all. You know that, right?
ナレーターはどうしてもここに
Otherwise,
連
you
れて
might
こさ
just
せた
lose
いの。
track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time.
あれ進んじゃった。ナレーターの
You're
乙
on
女
a。path in the wood. You're here to slay her.
ずっとこの森にいるだけ
Oh,
さ。
that's clever.
天の弱の声。
It's extremely, but can we really do that? No, you can't just. All right. So
一
it's
回死んで
decided.
んな。
Even if it's boring, we're congratulations. You continue to waste everyone's time and do. What is
Oh.
that weird feeling? Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
おう。あなたの周囲の世界をほつれて渦巻いた目が物理的存在を聞かれる。あなたは自分が再び永遠の器にいると気づく。記憶が戻る。奥で低い轟音が響く。様々な何かが近づいてくる。振動が激しくなる。何もない空間に潜むものをそのたすに知っている。あ、主が現実の構造を丹念に調べる。末端部があなたの意識を探しつむか。あなたはもう一人ではない。なぜここに来たの？私はまだ未完成。あれ？この器はあなたと見せてもっと贈り物を持たせない私たちにはない。しかない。どうぞか。行かせたいナレーターに。何度もと天の弱の声が。なるほど。面白い考察だね。あ
You're on a path. You're here to slay.
1になっちゃった。なるほどね。あ選択肢消えてる。黙って小屋へ向かおう。静かにって静かに殺そう。
Ignore him.
逃げるっていう選択肢なくなってるわ。
The interior of the cabin is almost a blade is your. You take the blade from the table. The door to the basement. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it fool.
そのまま階段降りる。
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
やっと会えたわねっていうことは、知ってはいるんだな。
You step forward. Your grip on.
お
Oh,
話ししない
no
わ。
talking then. Fine. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason. So, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed.
プリンセス倒すわ。
You lunge forward without a moment.
What?
You feel flesh easily give way and look down.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. Do you
ぶ
actually
っこして
believe
本当に
this
私を
was
殺せる
enough
と
to
思ったの？
She's convinced she can't. Yes. Even as she lays there, but it's over, isn't it? But is it over? Really?
うん彼女は死んだ。
Exactly. It's over. With your work done, why do I feel like we've done something? You did kill someone.
正義のためだったの
Greater
か
good
ら
or
少
not,
しだっ
something
た
would
罪
be
悪感
very
なけれ
wrong
ば
with
少
you
し
if
思
you
ってる。
didn't
だから
feel
正
at
義のため
least
だっ
a
たんだ。
little bad. But that day isn't today.
猿。
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world
脱がれ
saved
た世
from
界に戻ろ
certain
うと
doom.
した。
Only
あ、
a world saved from
鏡か。
certain doom. What? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cat.
でたらめだ志せ。ああ、わかった。それを救い、もっといい結末が待ってるんじゃないかってちょっとしたんだ。ちょっと、わかっ
So
た。
glad you're keeping an oath. This is what's best for everyone. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or
いく
months
つ名前の中で
or
これほど幸せな。おい、ちょっと、そこにいるわけじゃないな。どうすればここから出られるか知ってるか？
Really? Well, more happy time passes. Though the word begins to lose it, please shake yourself out of it. The little voices, please. For eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence.
お、ついにやった。みんなを救ったぞ。グッドエンダー。これ以上道を外れることは許さない。もう後戻りはできないと言われてんだけど。まあ、幸せじゃないかも。最後に話したのは君だったから、不幸だって言ってるわけじゃないよ。
Because I have an idea to get us out of here. The blade.
刃物を使え
I
ば
can
ここから
hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would. He's right. Do you hear that? It. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the oh, don't you dare.
この地獄から抜け出すためなら何でも。
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door. The princess's body is dust and bones.
ボロボロ
The
になっ
blade
て
you
る。
used to slay her, you pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you. The end.
知り合えてよ
Nice
かった
knowing
よ。
you.
え
You're
見
on
に
the
行くの？
path. You're here to.
あんた、ひどい目に遭うぞ。あんたの企みには気づいているからな。立ち去れる。
I can
僕は自
assure
分を
you
殺
that
したんだ
you're
ぞ。
not dead. And to answer your. If he doesn't remember what happened, that's fine. Well, if for whatever reason you're.
僕が真実を話していて、この全てがすでに実際に起こったかでしょう。親へ向かってみる。
A warning. She will lie. She won't be a problem.
ああ。全然話聞いてなかったから、冷血感か。声が出てんな。親の中に入る。
The interior of the
あ
cabin
ら。
is cold. A soft
なんか
odor.
綺麗。
The blade is. It feels like I've been saying.
俺たちが殺したんだ。ねえ、さ、嫌なこと気づいちゃったんだけどさ、前はさ、なんか、刃の女王とかだったじゃん。今回さ、亡霊の乙女だっけ亡霊つっちゃったんだけどさ、つまりそういうことなのかな。ちょっと、どうしようかな。刃物持ってこうかな。刃物いるか相手亡霊なんだけど。別のやつになってんだよね。鏡に近づいてみる。
Walk up to the wall. What are you talking about?
鏡を拭いてみよう。
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin, but there was a minute, and now it's
鏡は
gone.
なくなってんな。
Let's not spend much longer worrying over it.
一応刃物持
You
って
take
き
the
ます
blade
か？
from the table. The door to the
なん
basement
か
groans
見た目
open,
は綺麗だな。
revealing an old. The room below. Nobody's here. As much as I appreciate the optimism, I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend
Whoa.
the final step, the form of the
ムクロだ。
princess comes into view. Okay,
はい、彼女、間違いなく死んでるな。
Just like I told. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischief, and finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Ghost!
お化けだ
Wow.
めっちゃ怖いかも。
Terrifying.
Oh, it's you.
こんにちは、鈴木さん。またの楽しみにしたのに、前回やった時あまりうまくいかなかったことが気になってたの。
I have some...
The princess drifts across the
Whoa, whoa,
room
whoa,
into
whoa,
your
whoa, whoa.
orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulder. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips. So she has a body, and she's right there.
どうなるか様子を見てみる
I see you brought that in my
うざいナイ
bag.
フを持ってきたのに。
So, are you waiting for a chance to...
前回君は僕を脅したんだぞ。
Well, yeah. You brought a knife with you. Was I supposed to just welcome you with open arms when you obviously had stabbing on the mind?
そのナイフは何にでも使えたんだ。
It could have, but it wasn't.
ナイフを振り回す人気っぽい人を脅しただけ、そのことで私を責めるのは他の違い
Especially
よ。
when that would-be knife-wielding murderer...
君に死んでほしいやつに騙されたんだ。僕の何が望みだ
I just want the same thing I've always wanted.
家に帰ること、でもこの場所が私を話そうとしたり、少なくとも一人では無理
And
なの。
I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this
いつもこ
place.
こに戻ってきてしまう。
Leave. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we hasn't got out and
出ていないと
can't
出ら
get
れない
out
は
would be
全く意味が
dull
ない。どうしてかさ選択した方が面
But
白い。
you can come and go as you please, can't you?
うわ
You own me.
やめて。
Absolutely. Is she asking if she can? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. Would she be able to see
彼女は僕たちを見れるかな
Now, isn't that an interesting thought? You won't like how things.
これって一時的だよね。声を出たら体から出てくるんだろ
If I'm able to. But for all we know, that's not how
ず
it
ーっとあな
works.
たと一緒にいることになるかもしれない
Don't。much like the sound of it. It could be the best way to trap her for good. That is a very.
どうしようかな。断ったらどう
I'll
す
let
る
you ride.
あ、ほんと。どうする乗っ取らせてみる
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being...
What are you doing? Don't just.
See you
Oh!
soon.
おお
She rushes forward
Oh.
and then she's gone. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
おーらららららら
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numb you collapse to the floor.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings.
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice.
So, it doesn't. Clearly, it doesn't.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor.
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass.
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm a voice? Who cares what we are? We exist.
なんか
That's all.
喋っ
You
て
don't
ん
have
な
to fight. We'll all be out of here.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that. I'm clearly the same thing you.
They're not listening to me.
私の話を聞くことしないとなんていうこと
No,
も
I'm
聞こえ
not
じゃない
talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am.
私は君と違うと分かっていればいい。その方がもっと自由だ。つまりあなたが意図を引いて私を死に終えたわけで、そもそもここにいるべきじゃない。
You're barely...
That's rude.
You're kind of like me.
I'm just going to ignore her.
彼女を無視する。君の両手を突っ張って地
The
面から分け
princess is
合
no.
った。
Obviously, she's nowhere.
Because I'm in here with all of you.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that.
This is infuriating. Just whatever.
彼でも。うわってまともに考えられない雑音が地下室を出てみよう。乗っ取られてる。ああ。
Legs, weary with the weight.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like...
But that's exactly what you leaving.
You don't know that.
もしないくせに。
Wait. If she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that it doesn't mean that at all? Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of. I suppose it's all a matter of perspective.
これになってもなお外
Where
に出
does
た
the
いのか。
world end and something else? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaning. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing.
Maybe the bossy one doesn't
あ
actually
れさ、
hate me.
私はそれほど嫌いなのかも。しかしたら私のこと好きなのかも。それとも自分が間違っていたことを知っているのかも。
Maybe he's
Not at all. I'll have you know, it's just the weight of it all. And wine. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess.
ほぼともと前に進む。
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here,
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle. But you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up?
あ、亡霊になっ
It's
ちゃった。
over. There's no use. Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough. Collapsed to the ground. You and the princess.
ここには
nothing. He's gone.
So we did slay him after all. But what about us? Are we just stuck here in... We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said
Hey.
earlier...
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop
これ
out.
だからお、 本当に私は自分も一度チャンスをくれてありがとうございます。どういたしまして。
I think this was where
お、 あ、
She's gone. And there's that mirror.
怖がるのあまりもない。君にとって終わりを意味するから。でも僕にとってはそうじゃない。
But it feels so bad. Like looking at... You don't need to...
向こう側ではきっと大丈夫だ。
Whatever makes...
鏡に近づく。自分の姿を見つめる。あなたは膨れ上がっている。
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified, but your commitment now is final.
何勝負進
Your
めちゃうかな
ability。to walk the path of flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality, and whenever you are ready,
君は前と同じ存在がどの
is
く
a
らい変化したん
child
だ。
the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern.
選択肢。おお、目の前の存在を攻撃する。
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight.
久しぶりじゃん。ああ、ここへ
I
戻る
will
よ。
long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on. We will meet again.
また会おう。あ、
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end, you're here.
あ全ルート制覇するまで眠れない。いやいやいやいや。やったぜ、王族殺しってやつ、一度やってみたかったんだ。
That's
革命だ。
You make your way up. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. He doesn't know.
ナイフ持たないで、何も持たないで行ってみ
The
る。
interior of the blade is your implement.
地下室に行く。
The door to the basement creak her voice.
Hello?
誰かいるの？ん？
Hypnotize. Don't let it fool you.
君を救いに来たよ。
Really? You're here to rescue me?
I see. You're
助けていい
trying
か？
to get her.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes. She's beautiful.
ちょっと、口説くわ。
How could someone like... I am begging you to...
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You
ご
were
めん、何も持って
lying
きてない。
when you said you were here to rescue.
鎖を調べるか。
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a huge... No. You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chain. They're large and heavy. Fine.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended
はい
for.
はいはい。上の階を探してくるわ。
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door. Is
ちょっと
someone
ドア
else
が
here?
し、あら、
Your shouts and pleas. I'll repeat myself once again. You try the door.
困ったな。鍵かけ
You
られ
make
ちゃ
your
った
way。to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked.
There's a slight
閉じ込められちゃった
rising in the princess's
ご
voice.
め
If I
ん。
could just get out of these chains, I know we could.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth as she rips her flesh from her bone. A sound comes from behind. It's the blade from upstairs. Or we could use it to. You won't like what happens.
ミセス助けてみる
Fine. Against
Oh,
your
whoa,
better
whoa, 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 whoa.
judgment, you place the
Tay,
blade
tay, tay,
against the
tay,
you
tay, tay,
cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and
Oh.
it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the
Sonna.
ground. She didn't so much as utter a no. She didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. Blood from her wounded arm drip. How is she still smiling after everything?
Thank you.
こんな
Now
簡
let's get
単
out
に
of
ね。
here.
どうやって出ますか？鍵かかってらっしゃるんです
We
よ。
won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. As the princess
Oh.
approaches. Wait, this isn't fair. Watch me.
What are you?
あ、なんか、さよなら教えて。警告してみ
Stop
る
that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Your body
Oh.
lunges forward, the blade held low, but the princess dodges, stumbling back. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying.
うわー、抵抗す
The
る
blade. Move. As your body remains frozen in stubborn
We both know this.
She nervously reaches towards you and
I'm sorry.
Eh?
I'll try.
she plunges
Eh?
it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is.
Oh no.
あら、やったー。ごめんなさ
Stay
い。
strong. We can for her sake. Don't you whatever. She sinks the blade into your
こ
chest.
殺されてる。
I'm sorry. I'm
ごめんなさい。あ、痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い。
She doesn't know
Ah,
how to use
die.
the knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade was.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the. It can't just end like
こんな終わり
this.
方ありえ
Oh,
なくない？
that's rich coming from you. Everything goes dark,
あ
and you die.
乙女。
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to. I can assure you that if he doesn't remember what.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last
騎士の
time, did
声
he?。
あ、
If we're going to
助け
save
よ
our
うとしたから
beloved,
か。
Yes, you'll have to be.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should.
We'll see about that.
What can I say?
我ら4人。ノーマル女子
Oh,
ルート
warning,
ね。
she will lie.
We already told you we're not.
I think we've already been over.
I do. But I also speak from the heart.
Sure, yeah, your passions don't pay their bickering anymore.
ただの女の子のルートがこれが。
The interior of the cabin is clean and
今まで
elegant.
で一番綺麗
Its
だな。
stone wall. The blade is your.
地下室へ行こう。あ、鏡消えた。
The door to the basement
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
creaks
whoa, whoa,
open,
whoa.
but it's still a stone basement. A soft voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow
前より
even
もなお
more
美しいぞ。
beautiful than last.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're
いや、
not
声に
in
落ちたよね
love.。
彼女の魅力は全てが人の
Just
心を操るため
remember
だ。
that her charms are all part. You walk down the stairs and lock
Oh.
eyes with the princess.
My love, we're here to
My
rescue you
lover.
from your unjust and foul in.
You know she can't hear you.
She may not be able to hear my words.
Oh, your spirit's
今
plenty
魂は随
loud,
分といい
all
かも
right.
しんだな。
It's you. My dashing
私の
hero.
二度と戻ってこないん
I was
じゃないかって
so
心配した
Do
の。
you
や
hear that? She said we're.
And she called us
っ
a
ぱ前
hero.
のことを
That
知
really
ってんだ
goes a
な。
long way. Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your rape.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
が我らを石に照らしてみたのだ。
She. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense.
And you've died before. So an entire
Hey.
world has been damned to oblivion. We damned a whole world. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't
この
keep
場所に移
hopping
動しただ
between
けだ。た
worlds
だずっ
forever.
と世界から
Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation.
前回君に殺されず沈みたかった。なぜあんなことを
I'm sorry. Didn't you?
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill
俺を
us.
殺すと彼女もいつや
She
彼
is
ら
our
は
beloved.
我らの愛しき人、我らを苦しみながら解放するため最良の決断をしたのだ。我らに慈悲を与えたの
She
だ。
made the best decision for her. Don't be
プリンセスを救
rescue
う。
her. What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity?
せいぜい頑張るんだ
how
な。
dainty her hands are?
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just... If her hand could just slip out of the chains...
Because we've yet to present. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature?
I think I'd rather believe in...
Ah, so you're one of
経
those.
験を重ん
One
じ
of
る
us
のだ。
has to be.
人
Then
物
let
の
me
人
show
だ。
you a brand new truth.
No, I can't let you...
You're what? Take over our body and
教え
force
て
us?
く
I
れ。
would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch,
ナ
villain.
レーターに乗っ
My
取られるのか
passions contain tight.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a
Hey, hey,
lot of
hey.
strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. I can't
全
believe
然
it.
普通に
I told
助
you.
かった。
There's no life more worth.
I'm free. And you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you.
The princess
Oh.
jumps up and smugs. Oh,
そんな
you had a
急に
weapon, one slip of the wrist and you're pristine. Luckily for Mr. Romance.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of...
What do we do now?
王子を僕たちには一生分の時間がある。ゆっくりと君が何をしたいか
That
見つけ
sounds
る。
perfect.
大賛成よ
The。princess takes your hand. The last hopes of the...
We have each other. We don't need the world.
I like to think that you do. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and I will mope about it. Because moping is the only recourse. You and the princess walk up the stairs. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see.
Oh.
Isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be...
Oh no. Did someone lock us in here?
やっと出れると
She's
こだったのに
right.。It isn't fair. But the unfairness is
Enough with this
ナ
true
レー
love
ターに
nonsense.
操られ
Of
てんの
course you wouldn't understand. Ah,
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the...
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
僕に任せて。自分でドアを開ける。
Yeah, you've got this.
You place your hand on the door.
Oh.
And... Lock
Oi, to.
clicks, and the door creaks open.
Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together.
You and the princess make your way up the blade. That's right. There's still a chance
Oh.
for you to do the right thing. Take
そんなことはダメだ。ここまでして殺す選択肢選びたくね
You know, if her walking out that door is really gonna end the... That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works.
邪魔しないでくれ。もう決めたんだ。ここを出る。
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? And then you step
Oh.
outside.
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too...
I'm cold.
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a prince.
あー、連れてかれちゃったな。
She's gone. And is that a...
This doesn't feel right. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see.
自分の姿を見つける。見つめる。干からびた体。
I am a growing
音
chorus
量を
of
増し続ける。
contradiction. A
中の
mass
大
of
合唱。
tides ebbing and flowing all at once. All of me is changing.
自分は存
And
在しないん
yet
だから
my waters flow in my stream. I am everything that you have known
シ
me
テ
to
ィ
be.
歌シーンでありながら、そのどれでもない。何回あそこへ戻っても僕、同じことを繰り返す。 見つけ、君に変化は起こらないのか、君に何か悪い影響を受けないのか。
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse.
あ、君は僕を苦しめている。すごく不快だ。君のことが嫌いだよ。
You are what brings me meaning. Know that the pain of your journey will, but you still have.
僕らが見捨てたら世界はどうなる？
My perspectives are shadowed.
私の視点は
You
影に
have
覆われ
seen
てい
what
る。
I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen.
私が見てきたものあなたは見た。あなたが見たものを私も見て、私の視点から隠された
And
真
my
相は見えない。
attention is turned inward. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
それは変わるかもしれない。自分自身を滅ぼす。
There's nowhere for you to.
といった
We will know.
目的地に近づけばわかる。そこへ
I
戻
will
るよ。
be here when it is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path. You're here.
いろんな彼女のさあ、耳に戻った。ここでニューゲーム始めたらどうなんの？
You're here.
あ。あ、コンティニュー、ロード。
Does it? Are you? Of course. I mean, maybe some.
これで、セーブして、耳に戻って、一番最初に始めたときはどんなタイトルっていうか、あれだったかな？変わってない。変わってるかな？変わってないな。ちょっと、明日も仕事だからそんなに仕事、あれするつもりはなかったけど。あ、何が恐ろしいって、実績がさ、110個くらいある。こんなにやって、まだまだあんの？これは、すごいゲームだね。またやるわ、これは。あと1時間ちょっとの配信だったけど、またやるわ。